What's up, YouTube? This is Chris with Music City Driver or MusicCityDriver.com. I thought I would do a quick video today, maybe a future series, sort of. I think I'm going to call it Money Monday. It's probably the easiest thing I can think of. I know that the DC Uber driver has the Tip Jar Tuesday. This will be almost like that, but except I'm going to share my full earnings for the week. So last week I drove way more than I usually drive. One of the reasons for that was I kind of needed some extra money. Had some added expenses I needed to take care of. In addition to the fact that Uber added tipping this last week. As we all know, they had the matching day, which was the 18th, which was pretty miserable for me as far as the tips go on that day. It was actually a pretty slow night overall, so that didn't turn out as well as I thought, but I thought I'd give it a try and work every day after that until Saturday. So I worked Tuesday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. And when I say night, I usually work into the early the next morning when I do that. So I did a total of probably 50 hours of drives, which is a lot for me. Excuse me, especially considering I don't consider myself a full-time driver, because I have a full-time job during the week. So this was quite an exhausting week for me. Between my two jobs, I probably worked 90 hours or closer to 100 maybe, because sometimes my other job it lasts a little longer than 8 hours a day sometimes. So it was pretty exhausting, but yesterday I was able to recharge, chill out, watch stuff on DVR, watch Game of Thrones last night, all that stuff. Anyway, so I gave a total of 79 rides in those 50 hours. And strangely enough, Uber outdid Lyft on tips. It's honestly not that much of a surprise, because I have substantially more rides with Uber than I do with Lyft. There's a couple of nights where I started out, like Saturday night for instance, I started out with nothing but back-to-back Lyft Plus rides, which was really cool. I thought, wow, this is going to be a big Lyft night. And then suddenly, as quickly as it started, that part ended, and then Uber started taking over. So I run both platforms. I run Lyft and Uber. I use Mystro to switch between them, to automate the rides for me. Disclaimer, on Lyft you can't separate accounts, so you have to do Lyft and Lyft Plus. But with Mystro, you can kind of filter out the regular Lyfts if they're too far away and stuff like that. So my acceptance rate is not like really awesome for Lyft, because I use Mystro quite a bit, and I don't get power driver bonuses or anything like that, because I have my car is just a little bit too old for that. It's only like a couple of years old, so I don't have power driver bonuses, so I don't have to worry about all that. So I don't really worry about my acceptance rating too much. I know that a lot of people don't agree with that and say, oh, you'll be deactivated and all that, but I don't think so. Anyway, just wanted to share all that with you. So for 29 rides on Lyft, the total that I made was $319.93 over Tuesday through Saturday. I got $35 worth of tips on Lyft, and then on Uber I did 50 rides, about averaging about 10 rides a night. So I got $737.41 from that. Now keep in mind, that's all Excel and Select rides on Uber. I was lucky enough to be able to get my account split where I don't have to take X rides as much, which helps me quite a bit with a larger vehicle that I drive. I average probably 16 miles a gallon in the city during the week when I'm doing Uber. If I'm on the highway, I'm getting in the 20s, but it's a higher maintenance cost, higher fuel costs, so it does not make as much economic sense for me to do X rides no matter what the hub tells you. You definitely make more money with Excel and Select. So anyway, the surprising thing on Uber, sorry, I seem to have a little bit of hiccups or something this morning. I got $43 in tips on Uber through the app, just through the app. Only 2 of that was matched, as I mentioned earlier. I got another $33 in cash from Uber that night. A bachelorette party tipped extremely well. They tipped me $5 on the app, and they gave me another $20 bill just for running them through Cookout. So they were very awesome. It was really late, and they were like, we really want something to eat. I was over at East Nashville, and I was like, well, there's Taco Bell, there's Cookout and there's McDonald's, and they chose Cookout. So for taking them through there, suggesting where they can go that late at night to get something to eat, they were very grateful for that, and they tipped me accordingly. So also throughout the week, I think I received another $40 in tips, cash tips, and actually some customers do tip with Lyft, even with cash. Not sure why, but it's fine with me. So I guess I made a total of probably, let's see, in tips, $120 in tips, it looks like, for the week. So my grand total was actually pretty impressive for that period of time. So my total number of, I made about $1,100, I guess, which is pretty darn good. To be honest, the tip day Tuesday, that was the match Tuesday, that night was pretty much a kind of a waste almost of time, really. I figured it would kind of be like that, and on that night Lyft did outperform Uber as far as the number of trips I got, the number of tips I got, obviously, etc. So that day was kind of a waste for me. That averages out to about $22 an hour. It's pretty not bad at all, considering that crappy night on Tuesday, and Wednesday wasn't really excessively busy either, but Thursday, Friday, and Saturday were very good, very lucrative nights. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. Even when I run Excel and Select only, I use Mystro as well. There are times when I just don't want to drive 10 minutes away sometimes. If I'm in a hot zone, I don't want to get pulled out of that zone because I may not come back. You never know. There's a good chance a lot of time you'll get pulled out of that zone and pulled right back in with the ride that you take that's 10 minutes away, but there's a good chance that you won't. I definitely use it for regular Lyft because most of the time I want regular Lyft rides. I do take regular Lyft rides quite often, but I'd rather take a Lyft Plus ride any day just because it's way more lucrative. I've had a lot of long distance XL and Lyft Plus rides, as well as a couple of Select rides that were pretty substantial. So but most of the time the XL rides, the Plus rides, if I can get one of those from downtown Nashville to Brentwood, that's a really good trip. In fact, I made one where I had to drive some guys. It wasn't even surged or anything, but I had to drive some guys down to Brentwood and drop off at one place in Governor's Club, and then I had to go back around to the other guy's place and drop him off as well. Ended up being like a $40 ride by the end, so pretty lucrative. So unfortunately, I had to kind of deadhead my way back for a little bit, but then I got another Lyft Plus ride of a group of ladies that were in town doing an engagement party, not a bachelorette party, an engagement party, and drove them back into downtown. So that was perfect. So when I get rides with that like that, it's really awesome. But anyway, just wanted to let you guys know how I usually do out here. Like I said, this is kind of an outlier. I usually don't work Tuesday nights, Monday nights, Wednesday nights. I usually only do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that's it. That's plenty in my opinion, especially with a full-time job. So make quite a bit of good money. Looking forward to next Sunday. I'm going to a Slayer concert. I know I don't look like the kind of guy that listens to Slayer, but I'm a metalhead, tried and true. So I'm going to see Slayer, Behemoth, and Lamb of God next Sunday at the auditorium, and I'll probably park at my work and then take a Lyft or an Uber to the concert and back to my car. That way it's not as, because I live a pretty good distance outside of town. Even if I did have Lyft and Uber in my area, it'd be way too much. But anyway, as I said before, I know I'm kind of rambling, sorry, it's 9 minutes. Mystro helped me quite a bit during this period, over these last 5 days, because it helped me automate the rides. It would just automatically pick it up, start navigating towards, as soon as I drop off, they'd both come back on again and keep on going. That way I don't have to sit there and sort through which ones I do and do not want, and forget to turn one off in the middle. It starts pinging on you while you're driving around. But just wanted to pass that information on. Hope you guys had a great week as well, or a great weekend of driving. And like I said, I'm gonna try to make this a regular installment. It probably won't be 10 minutes like this one is next time, so I do apologize about my lengthy video this morning, but I just wanted to share that with you. If you guys have any comments, please post them below. Thank you so much for watching this long video, and I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you do, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're out there driving today or tonight, be safe.